Hey, it's Mike. I'm here. I'm back. Let's see. We got justice for little girls. We got fake human. Yes, justice for little girls. Great to see you here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I got a lot of stuff. I'm putting everything in this video, everything about child marriage and pedophilia, right here in one place, one-stop shop. It's gonna be the perfect little video here. Perfect little video, and I am not going to forget the opening. So let's get right to the opening. Hello?
Hello.
All right, that worked out great. I finally got the the ending, everything right, I think. Okay, so I want to start off by saying everyone who's concerned and everyone who follows and subscribes to my YouTube channel, you really should go over to my Substack. It's Sri Mukunda Speaks, and you should subscribe to my Substack because I guess my channel, this YouTube channel, is under attack. They're trying to stop my channel. So I've had some copyright strikes in the past that I just had to work with, and those are gone. But now I got another one, and this one is from this pedophile guy, and he I believe he's going to continue with his attack. I'm pretty sure he's going to continue with his attack, and he's going to try and remove my channel. I'm 100% positive that he's going to work at getting my channel taken down through copyright strikes. Now, I filed an appeal, and I lost the appeal. It's under the fair use and comment clause of the Copyright Code, 1976 U.S. Copyright Code. So I have a right to use portions of videos and comment and criticize and comment. So I appealed it, and I lost that appeal, and the entire video was taken down. Now, I'm appealing the appeal. I can appeal that. I have my second appeal. So we'll see what happens because it falls under the fair use clause. So it should be, I should win it. It just may take some time, but I don't know. And if him and some other devotees maybe make this concerted attack on my channel, they could be successful in taking it down in some way. So I am concerned about that because I like what we're doing. And I'm going to keep doing it. If my channel disappears, I'm still going to be doing it on Substack until I get a new channel and whatever. So I encourage everyone to go to my Substack and subscribe over there, and you can keep up to date with me at my Substack. And I'll be doing videos from there too. If this channel is gone one day, just go over there. Just go over there and say, hey, knock on the door. Hey, what's going on? Well, anybody home? And yeah, chasing after that kiwi. with the cops chasing him. Absolutely. And Rafal, good to see you. And yeah, fake humans here. Um, okay, so I'm gonna show exactly as if I was presenting my evidence in court, pretty much. Not all the evidence, but I'm gonna present enough, and I'm gonna present it, and I think and it's gonna be right here. So basically, you can use this video. If anybody says, what is going on, you can say, well, let's go watch this video. It's gonna have it all right there. Hey, how you doing, Jai Ganapati? So the first thing I want to show is I want to say this. Look, this child marriage and this pedophilia. The first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, we don't do that," and this is, that was something that Prabhupada did. He done doing it. No, he doing it. Okay, so that is bullshit number one. As we can see from various places, right here, and I know we already went through this, but I'm doing it again. Right here, you can see from this on Reddit here, this guy says, I am 17 years old. He says, I'm 17 years old. This is something that I started going to ISKCON Temple at 15. Okay, so he's 17 now. So this is within the last 2 years. Within the last 2 years, this is the story about how this guy is trying to get him, hook him up with his daughter, with his 12-year-old daughter. This is within the last 2 years. This young man was saying that this guy is trying to marry his 12-year-old daughter off. And he says, I also learned that I'm not the only male devotee, which this man has said these things to. He has also seemingly tried to arrange a marriage between his daughter and a 19-year-old. Okay, so that's like one of their number one lies right there is that, well, we don't do that. Well, you're doing it. Okay? Not only, and that's not the only, you can say, well, that was just that one guy. No, it's not just that one guy. Okay, remember, we got this guy as well. This guy here, he sent me the email. This guy's trying to remove my channel because I'm telling him, and this is why he's pissed off. I'm telling him to just tell me that child marriage and pedophilia is wrong. Just tell me it's wrong. And he won't do it. He won't do it. He skips over it. And he says, and then I say, well, see, I knew you wouldn't say child marriage and pedophilia is bad. It's like, I'm not going to let him get away with just pretending like I'm not saying this. So my reply is exactly that, child marriage and pedophilia. And he just skips over that again. He skips over it again, and he just goes right to, hey, you were in it for 20 years, you're stupid and this and that. Okay, so again, I tell him, you're a pedophile and you promote a pedophile cult and marriage. Now go fuck off. And then he says, yeah, go ahead and report me and report every single Hindu. So there he's admitting, he's just admitting that he is in on with the pedophilia and the child marriage. And then I find out that there's allegations that this guy, and I don't know if it's true, but I just heard there's allegations that this guy, His Grace Chandrasekhar Acharya Das, has been banned from a temple in New Zealand because he was trying to marry a 15-year-old girl, which is underage and illegal in New Zealand. Now, of course, he's going to deny it. He's going to say, I didn't do that. So, I can't say that he did it, but that's what I'm hearing. That's the allegation, and it's just an allegation. And that's this guy. That's now. This is now. This exchange I had with him is now. He couldn't say child marriage and pedophilia is wrong. Okay, in 2026, January 31 of 2026, this Hare Krishna guy is His Grace, this disciple of Hridayananda Goswami, this Harvard dumbass, this disciple is like his top disciple or whatever. He cannot say that pedophilia is wrong. He can't say that child marriage is wrong. Why? We all know, Where is he? He said he was born in Los Angeles. Well, he wasn't born. He doesn't say he grew up as a Hare Krishna in the Gurukula. So where did he learn this pedophilia and child marriage from? Where is he getting that from? That idea. Well, we know where he's getting it from. He's getting it from these conversations where Prabhupada says, yeah, my wife was 11. He says, I was 11 years old. She was 11 years old. I was 22. 8 or 10 years best. This one devotee has a daughter 12. He wanted to marry her to a man 26. Where does he get that idea? Prabhupada's saying an 80-year-old man can marry a 16-year-old girl, and they all laugh. They all laugh. It's funny to them. It's funny that an old man has a 16-year-old girl. They can just marry an underage girl. They think that's funny. You tell me you guys aren't pedophiles? Not one of them dared say, "Wow, really? That seems a little." No, because Prabhupada said it. Not one of them. Not one of them said, "Hey, I don't know about that 80-year-old man and 16-year-old girl. I think 16 is a little too." No, 16 isn't too young. 12 isn't too young. 11's not too young. These Hare Krishnas are full of shit. They want to say, well, that was a different age. Prabhupada was brought up in a different age. Bullshit. Why is he telling them this then in 1977? Why are these guys trying to find underage wives now? And then you got these Ritviks. These Ritviks with this Tattva Darshan, the Tattva Darshan getting caught, going to jail in Cambodia for debauchery with an underage girl. And then you've got Jitaratri over here defending him. Jitaratri, these Ritviks, all these Ritviks are right with Tattva Darshan. Madhu Pandit, Yashodanandan, Jitaratri, Mandapa Das, this Bhaktivedanta Eco Village board. They can't figure out if Tattva Darshan really did it, even though he was sentenced to jail, found guilty and sentenced to jail. They want to give him a pass. These guys want to give him a pass. Actually, they went and got him out of jail. That's how much of a pass they wanted to give him. They went and got him out of jail. Fuck you too. I don't give a shit with your thumbs down or whatever. You fucking Hare Krishna pieces of shit, man. They don't like being exposed with their pedophile shit. They're going to give me a thumbs down because of what they've done. Because of what they've done. Because all this is all their shit. Like, I didn't do this. I'm not doing this shit. They're doing this shit. And they don't like it. They don't like that I'm talking about it. And they don't like that, look, this is even Yashodanandan. He's going to defend this Tattva Darshan guy. He's going to defend Tattva Darshan right on the internet and say, well, we got to wait. These are just accusations and innuendos and stories circulated on the internet. No, this guy went to jail. That's why you can't believe these people. They will do anything to protect their pedophile buddies. Their pedophile buddies. And these Ritviks ain't trying to do nothing different. They're like, oh, we need to get back justice for Prabhupada. We need to get back to the original teachings. Well, I don't know, man. It sounds like you guys got the original teachings down pretty good. You defend these pedophiles. You stick up for them. This is all bullshit, and it harms people. And just like Fake Human says, justice for little girls, man. Well, that doesn't say justice. That says meditate on some kiwi. Um, but like Fake Human says, justice for little girls, man. Where is the justice? They want justice for Prabhupada and all the bullshit that he's done. And they don't give a fuck about these kids. And this fucker, doesn't give a shit about anybody either. He doesn't give a shit about anybody, but he wants to call himself His Grace, like he's graceful with his fucking mouth, mouthing off to me and my daughter and my story, and has no compassion for the harm that this cult did to my daughter. But you can't even address, he can't even address that. He can't even address the fact that, oh, your daughter was harmed by this cult. I can understand why you're upset. No, he wants to just mouth off at me because of all the bullshit that they've done. This is because of the shit that they've done. This is the fact that I'm bringing attention to it. So I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I'm bringing attention to it. Just like they went and they shot Solochan in the head because he was speaking out and saying, hey, these gurus are full of shit. They're molesting little kids and they're full of shit. So they shot him. People like this guy, like both of these guys, like Henry Dortorsky said, Rishikesh Das, whatever he wants to call himself. He's going to write books about killing for Krishna, but he can't figure out to get the fuck away from these people. He said himself, I was brainwashed. Sounds like he's still brainwashed. He says, I was brainwashed. I would have killed him too. And if you think that all they want to do is take my channel down, you're out of your mind. Taking my channel down is like, that's the least that they want to do to me. And to all of us, really. Because they treat everybody the same. And if they don't like that I'm speaking out, I guarantee you, if one of you were to get on YouTube and do the same thing I'm doing, this fucker'd come after you too. And they want to call themselves holy men. The guy wants to call himself a holy man while he's trolling around for little girls. The guy's trolling around for 15-year-old girls. And evidently, I heard he can't keep his hands to himself at the Bhaktivedanta Manor. And these are allegations, but this is what I'm hearing. And he got the nerve to sit there calling himself His Grace. His fucking grace. He wants to call himself His Grace. Fucking piece of shit. That's what they are, man. They're pieces of shit. No morals, above the law, transcendental, narcissistic. You know, and it pisses them off. It pisses them off that they're going to go through all this shit to take my channel down because I'm telling the truth, man. And they want to call themselves truthful and holy and sattvic and Vedic and this and that. And they want to preach all this bullshit. Meanwhile, all I'm doing is I'm just showing their videos, showing them talking, showing Prabhupada's books and his teachings, and they can't take it. And that just shows you how fucking fucked up they are. All I'm doing is showing them, is holding up their bullshit to them. Or not to them, but to the world. And they don't like it because I'm not doing it right. I'm not all, ooh, fuck that. Oh, sound issue. Is it, I don't know, it says it's working. Is it better? Is it better now? We got sound? Somebody tell me. I don't know. Everything says the sound is working, and I know there's a sound problem. So, are we back? Are we back with the sound? They preached that the mantra protects you from sinful reactions, even though one should not intentionally sin. They still do their evil, perverted actions. Hey, can you tell me if the sound, I'm showing the sound is working. I don't know. Can you tell me if the sound is working? Anybody? Do we got sound? Sound is good. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, good. Sound is okay. Yeah, I when I go back and clip the videos, I notice there's some dropout, and a couple times you've told me that the sound was gone, and I don't know what's going on with that, because it always, I can see the sound, and it's always showing it's good. So I don't know. I forgot what I was ranting about. But anyway, I was ranting about these guys being pedophiles. And them being angry. They're angry at me because I'm showing them the bullshit in their own cult, and they don't like it. And well, I knew that was going to happen. I mean, it's obvious, but what if they were for real? They would just ignore all this bullshit. But the fact that they got to come out and they got to send me nasty emails and try to take my channel down and do whatever they're trying to do, it just shows you it's just another level of their bullshit. It's just another level of their bullshit. I'm not out protesting their buildings or protesting anything. I'm just getting on the internet. I'm just talking. I'm just speaking my mind and explaining their teachings and explaining their books, explaining what they do, and explaining what happened to me, and explaining what I know. And that's enough to set him off. Set this guy off. And I'm sure he's told his guru all about it, and told this guy, and told other people about it. And then here's another thing I want. Another thing. So I told you this Paranjan guy. He posted this thing about the 17-year-old boy and the 12-year-old girl, and he posted it all on here, and it's like he titled it "Arranging Marriages Without Asking," and then he posted the whole little exchange here. And then his comment at the bottom is like, "Yeesh, pilgrims, this poor daughter is probably embarrassed to have such a father. That does not sound healthy. They are now in Mayapur. That doesn't sound healthy either." And that's it. That's all he has to say about it. That's all I have to say about that. He doesn't want to address the why, the how, the where. He doesn't want to address any of it. Like, where is this guy getting? Why is this guy trying to marry off his 12-year-old daughter? He just blows it off like it's no big deal. Like, oh yeah, that's fuck that. He's like he doesn't want to address it. Just like he was with the Tat Vidarshan. He doesn't want to address it because it doesn't fit. That part of the puzzle doesn't fit. The world's disdain for pedophiles, the world's disdain for child marriage, for marrying a 12-year-old girl to a 19-year-old man or a 26-year-old man. They can't convince people that that's okay. You got to be brainwashed first. And if you know about it up front, you go, man, I heard about your child marriages, and I didn't know about no child marriages when I came walking up on Watsika Avenue. Radhakunda and Bir Lakshman, they didn't tell me about no child marriages. Yashodananda didn't tell me that all the stories and everything he told me. He never told me he asked Prabhupada if he could beat the kid, and it's on tape and it's in the books. He didn't tell me that one. He told me all the other bullshit stories about Prabhupada, him and Prabhupada in the room when Prabhupada threw the paperweight at him, and when Prabhupada was yelling at this guy and Prabhupada was doing that. He told me all those stories over and over and over again. He never told me that, oh yeah, there's a conversation where I asked Prabhupada if I could beat the kids in the Gurukula, and Prabhupada said, yeah, I could beat the kids. He didn't tell me about that story. It's like this Prajan. He doesn't want to talk about probably being having an 11-year-old wife when he was 22, and then when he was 23 and she was 12, that's when he had his first kid. He doesn't want to talk about that, but he won't deny it. He's going to say, well, that's Vedic. That was a different time. You know, everybody was doing it. You know, hey, it's okay. Just like Don Magosh told me, you don't understand Vedic culture. You don't understand Vedic culture. I don't understand Vedic culture, but I understand a fucking 22-year-old man having sex with an 11-year-old girl. I understand that. That I understand. And if I have to surrender to you and believe all your bullshit in order for Tat Vadarshan to be okay, because he's this and that, fuck you and your cult. Fuck you and your cult, man. No, they don't get it. These guys don't get it. This Paranjan doesn't get it. This Paranjan doesn't give a fuck. He gotta sit there and talk about protecting kids and protecting kids and protecting girls and protecting whatever. And he doesn't give up. He doesn't seem to be too concerned about this 12-year-old girl trying to be married off to a 19-year-old man, or this 17-year-old boy who's obviously traumatized by the fact that this cult is trying to marry him, trying to marry this girl to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be writing in. He's saying, "Hey, this is I've been through some very unsettling. He calls it an unsettling experience." He says, "However, I've been through a very unsettling experience." The guy's 17 years old, and he's trying to be a devotee, do whatever. And now some guy's trying to marry his daughter, trying to convince him to marry a 12-year-old, telling him, "Here, take her for a couple hours and tell her what to do so she can see how a good husband treats his wife." This is some fucking disgusting shit. And this is within the last 2 years. This is within the last 2 years. Okay, that's not enough. That's not enough for you. That's not enough. You got this.
Together. That's not always so easy. Particularly when I interview people in New Zealand or some other place that I've, never heard of. Now I was just thinking before we started this podcast, is how this came about. I think your story was shared with me about a month ago. And then I kind of looked you up online and I read your story. And I was very inspired by particularly the work that you're doing now to raise awareness of your own experiences in life. And I'm not going to tell everyone what the story.
Yeah, he's all excited. This guy's fucking. You know what? Oh man, I messed up. This requires a goddamn.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
I messed up. I moved it.
In 1978, short.
The first question. It's the first question actually that most get.
So he's interviewing this girl who's raising awareness about the pedophilia and the child marriage in his cult. In the cult that he's in. And he's like, "Wow, I'm really fascinated by the work that you're doing, exposing my pedophile cult."
That you're doing now to raise awareness of your past, is how this came about. I think your story was shared with me about a month ago. And then I kind of looked you up online and I read your story. And I was very inspired by particularly the work that you're doing now to raise awareness of your own experiences in life. And I'm not going to tell everyone what the story is.
Not her experiences in life, her experiences in this cult. This woman says right here, the title is, "I was a child bride in ISKCON, aged just 13. This woman grew up in the cult. She was raped in New Vrindavan behind the stage at a festival by the kirtan leader. Left in the dirt. She tells the whole story in this video. Then her mom, then she was shamed and blamed, and her mom married her off, practically sold her, probably sold her, married her off to some grown man, 26-year-old at 13 years old, married her off to some guy who took her to India to continue to rape her. And then to escape, she had to become a prostitute, and she ends up a prostitute in Mumbai just to survive and make her way out of this goddamn cult. And he just says, oh, you're raising awareness for the events that happened in your life, as if the cult had nothing to do with it. Like it's just unfortunate circumstances. It's just totally unfortunate that you were raped. This guy, these people have he's no different than this other guy. He's no different than this other guy. You think he gives a fuck? You think he gives a fuck that this woman went through all this shit? That he can't even sit there and he doesn't even know how to act. He doesn't know how to have sympathy for her. He wants to feel sorry for her, but he's like, I'm just speechless with this guy. I've seen this video many times, but hey, Ileana, sorry, man. I was ranting, raving. Yeah, Bhakti Venmo. Where's my? Yeah, you know they're in here watching. So you know what? If they're going to come in here and watch and monitor what I'm doing, then they're going to get a dose. They're going to get a dose of the deprogramming, and that's what they're here. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. And this woman's trying to tell her story, and this guy's a fucking blithering idiot. But I mean, at least he is giving her a platform.
You're going to share it with us. So let's start with the first question. It's the first question actually that most get.
The first question is, what are you doing in this fucking cult that did so much harm to her? No, you're going to sit there and say, well, you know, not everybody's harmed, you know, and it's unfortunate. But fuck that. Just negate her experience and say, oh, you know, it was your karma or it was your whatever.
Most guests just to kind of warm them up. Can you tell us a bit about you and where you are from?
Oh, that's a loaded one. So I was born in ISKCON in what we called the Hare Krishna movement, but I see there's like a dissection now of people who have wanted to distance themselves from ISKCON itself. I was born in ISKCON in 1969 in LA, in the LA temple.
You can't distance yourself while you're still in it and preaching and all that. Like that, like, if perfect example, perfect example is that guy that gave me a book. He was totally distanced from ISKCON. He never went to the temple. He didn't talk to anybody there. He didn't know anybody at the LA temple. He was from the Dallas temple. He came out to LA. He wasn't even a devotee. He ends up living near the LA temple. So he knew these old time devotees that he made friends with that were like fringe devotees, like Radhakunda and Sri Maya and Jai Narayan and Janardana and Chaitanya Ballava and all of these guys. But he had nothing to do with ISKCON. So he was distanced from ISKCON, but he had all these Prabhupada books. He knew all the teachings. He taught it to me. He taught that crap to me. He gave me a book. He made me want to go to the LA temple. And then I end up going to the LA temple, and then my daughter ends up getting molested. He's not like, oh, I'm away from ISKCON, so I don't have anything to do with all those people there. Well, how does that work? First thing I did was I went right to the temple. Govinda's restaurant, all this bullshit. You sit there and say, I'm trying to do some good for the children. Meanwhile, you're in a fucking child marriage pedophile cult. And you're too stupid to see it, and this guy's too stupid to see it, and yet he's got this child bride on there. She's going to tell him all about it, and he's still too dumb to realize what's happening. It is just too dumb.
And my parents were opened the LA Temple, and shortly thereafter, I was about a year and a half when we went to England, and my parents did some work there at the temple, and then
This is the woman that was abandoned at the temple and didn't even know who her parents were. The temple raised her, and by the time she was grown and was like, who's my mom and dad? Nobody knew who her mom and dad was because they couldn't remember who dropped her off at the temple. She just grew up there. This is a fucking disgusting cult. And you think that her story is unique and she's the only one, you're out of your mind. Out of your goddamn mind. Because the lady that wrote in, I don't have it to show you on the screen with that lady that was on, I guess it's on Paranjan's page, where she said she was in Mayapur with her daughter, and the woman was coming up and saying, "Hey, I want to marry you want to marry your daughter off to my 26-year-old grown son?" And that was just a few years in Mayapur as well. That's why these guys don't care. That's why this guy doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care if he doesn't care that she was a child bride and all this. When she finally says it and she says, Prabhupada approved and all this, he's like, "Oh, really? I didn't know that. So then what happened?" Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care that Prabhupada approved her marriage to some grown man so he could take her to India and rape her and just fuck up her life from age whatever. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's how these people are. Just like this guy. And this guy's just like this guy. They're all the fucking same. They're scumbags. Scumbags. The guy thinks he's being the voice of reason. He's got a podcast. I'm the Hare Krishna. I'm like CNN of ISKCON, right? I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna tell you what's really happening. And I'm gonna have Ritviks on here, and I'm gonna have child brides on here, and I'm gonna have I might even have the guy that pulled the trigger on Salochan in here. Who knows? Because I don't judge anybody. I'm totally Mr. Neutral. Get the fuck out of here. You're Mr. Neutral when children are being abused and little girls are being married off to these fuckers. Can you imagine? It, trying to get this? Can you imagine this guy trying to get his hands on your daughter? This racist piece of shit who goes around talking about there's not enough white people in the temple. Oh, I went to the temple in Paris and all there was nothing but Bangladeshis there. It's just like that temple in New Orleans where there's nothing but Bengalis there. I mean, we white people really dropped the ball with this ISKCON. You know that? We really dropped the ball with this ISKCON. It's fucking insanity. I'm going to say it again. It's freaking insanity.
Because the whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Like, you realize for the amount of reading you did in ISKCON, if applied in a university study in something else, you'd have some sort of master's. I'd have a doctorate in something. 20 years. If I had gone to school for 20 years, if I had gone to UCLA for 20 years and just went into UCLA to become, let's say I wanted to be a TV producer or, a script writer, I'd be Alan Sorkin by now. I'd be because of 20 years, I would have been written scripts and had them rejected, and then I would have had one sold. I would have, produced a TV show, some sitcom. I would have wrote 20 years. Fuck yeah. I would have had a degree in English and script writing and TV production. And I would have had I would have had a doctorate. I'd be Dr. Television. I would have. Absolutely. And that's what pisses me off, is that instead of doing that, I got fucking bamboozled into this bullshit. Chandrasekhar doesn't want to eat Bengali food. It's too spicy. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't want to eat the food. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He wants to cosplay without cosplaying. He wants to say, "I'm a Hindu." He wants to say, "I'm a Hindu. I'm super Hindu. I'm even more. I'm more Hindu than the Hindus, because I'm white." He's the guy I'm talking about. He's the super Hindu that he's so Hindu he doesn't even have to dress up to be Hindu. He doesn't have to do anything. He's like Gora Hari. He dreams it, and then he's it. If I can dream I'm a Hindu, I'm a Hindu. If I can dream I'm a guru, I'm a guru. They're like Bhakti Siddhanta. I'll just initiate myself in front of a painting. I'll just initiate myself in front of a picture of somebody. I'll just give myself a Brahmin thread. I'll just crown myself king of, I'll just crown myself king of whatever. And I'll go marching down the street. I'm king. It's fucking stupid. And if it was just stupid, it'd be harmless. But it's not stupid. It's dangerous. It fucks up people's lives. It harms little kids, women, children, everybody. It's disgusting. And we lose focus of how disgusting it is. Like my daughter was saying last night with that Radharani. What is she doing? 65 years old. She's at the Hollywood Bowl selling little stupid Hare Krishna bracelets or something. I mean, come on, man. You didn't tell me she didn't waste her life. And this guy's going to sit there and go, oh, yeah, she's doing great service. She's out there at the Hollywood Bowl. She's out there at the Hollywood Bowl selling Hare Krishna bracelets or something. Or whatever the fuck she's doing. That's fucking sad. That's fucking sad. And how many of those Radharanis are running around at the Hollywood Bowl, at the Civic Center, in your town, in your downtown, at the wherever, and they're handing out books, trying to sell books in New York City. Come to the Bhakti Center in Florida. Come to the Krishna House. Fuck your Krishna House. Fuck your Bhakti Center. Come to our kirtan party. Come to our Bhagavad Gita. Wisdom of the sages. You're fucking wisdom of the sages. You believe in that child marriage crap? And all that pedophilia shit, and 11-year-old girls and 12-year-old girls getting married? You wise old sages, you believe in that shit? Because if you do, then you need to take your fucking channel down. Wisdom of the sages. Wisdom of the pedophiles is what it is. You guys preaching all this Bhagavad Gita and Prabhupada's books and all this stuff, and this child marriage and all of this shit. Hey, Mike, on that Father Obvious Pillar, go to a young brahmachari. Check out the message at the bottom of the page. What's the message at the bottom of the page? Is it something new? I didn't see anything. What is it? I'm curious. Oh yeah, about the girl. The girl. Yeah, the girl is. When I read the thing about the girl. When I read the thing about the girl, it was like, yeah, I'm. The girl is worse, but the guy's telling the story. The guy's telling the story, and it's the guy, the guy, the kid, and the father. But yeah, So the girl says, I was on the other end of this. I was the girl who was being told I was to be married from a young age, say as soon as I could talk. I remember being vehemently against marriage as a little girl, to marriage being the thing I coveted since it was the only way to freedom, and back to vehement opposition as a young woman. I was being threatened with marriage as young as 12 because I had dared to express an interest in relationships. I feel worse for the girl here. She will most likely have no way out other than running away from home, which is what I had to do. The guy can turn the father down and be a brahmachari as he wishes, but the girl is probably going to be married off to the first man that agrees and be stuck with him for life. Women's education is so poorly handled in ISKCON that she won't even have the resources to get out of the marriage. My family was happy to educationally neglect me in the form of homeschooling and discourage me from seeking too much higher education when I got into college. So I agree, and it was. I meant to read that. I meant to read that on the other show, and I started ranting. But we all know the girl. I mean, obviously the girl is we all feel worse for the girl. And then this other person says, I've fully jumped to move in with the first random guy that would take me just to get the fuck out of my parents' house to pursue education and work. No surprise, this quickly became an abusive relationship and I ended up homeless in pursuit of higher education. I was also drastically behind my peers for basic things such as algebra and biology, since I'd been sent to an ISKCON school where the focus was more on being a good devotee woman rather than an independent human being. I really feel bad for the girl in this situation. I remember being 15 and being followed around by some guy in his mid-20s at the temple we visited for a week. So many Madhajis telling me to be flattered by his advances since he was a good devotee, and even younger than that. People were always saying we should be married young to a man that our fathers approved of. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is... So, I didn't mean to overlook the girl's point of view and all of that. I only focused on the boy's point of view because it was interesting hearing it coming from a young boy who obviously could tell that this was wrong. And he's saying, I have a problem with this. And, he's obviously brainwashed into it because he's saying, I want to be a brahmachari and I don't want to get married. But it's just more evidence of these guys trolling for these young girls. Now, we know the young girls are in danger, and we're saying that all the time. So I don't want to even think I missed that. I didn't miss it at all. It was very disturbing when I read these replies because it's just more evidence, more women just like this. It's more women just like this with stories like this. Maybe they didn't actually get married. Maybe they did get married. This one got married, and it's so sad. But all these girls, they're all in danger. They're all in danger of guys following around the temple, looking like my daughter. Nobody gave a fuck about my daughter until she turned 11. Well, she got to be 10, 11 years old. Then this guy couldn't keep his hands off her. Then she became, oh, she's overdeveloped. Oh, she was probably leading him on. And I heard all these rumors. I heard secondhand how the community was digesting this whole thing and explaining it away. They want to explain it away. They don't want it to be that this guy, some pedophile living there and they got to excuse their guy. They want to blame my daughter. It's her fault. She's Maya. She's overdeveloped, whatever it is. And that's what it is. 11 years old, these girls are in danger. 11, 12 years old, man. These old guys, they don't look at them as little girls anymore. These are like, hey, these girls are ready to go. Fucking disgusting. This cult is disgusting. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, so hey, robot number 6. Robot 90, thanks for reminding me on that because I had completely forgotten. But yeah, it's disgusting. It's totally disgusting for those girls. What do we got? Meanwhile, in Australia, they have a kirtan chill room and satsang by the beach. It's very hippie-esque with everyone soaking in transcendental bliss or weed. Yeah, you know, I would imagine that if you had kirtan and people were like just doing whatever they wanted, you got a bar, you got a bar, you got a weed shop, and people are like, you got drums and kartals, and people are having a drum circle, and maybe they're dancing, and maybe they're chanting some mantras. I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with that if that's what they want to do and have fun. Actually, really, it has nothing to do with anything evil or sinister if you just look at it now, like it's like a spiritual drum circle. You want to look at it that way, But when you start getting involved with this guru worship and Prabhupada's books and anything that condones child marriage, I don't want to hang around with those people. I don't want to hang around with people that think that 12-year-old girls can be married to grown men. What else? What other weird things do you think? Well, we know what other weird things that we think, but that's enough. The idea that a grown man can take a 12-year-old girl as his wife and just smack her around, do whatever he pleases, take her off to India to do whatever. And this little girl, 11, 12 years old, with some fucking Yashoda-looking guy. Come on, man. Give me a break. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Super Swami. Super Swami and his Super Dodi. Yeah, it is I got my utility belt. I got my kartals. I got my drum. I got my, I got my little kavacha. I break it open. It's got my superpower in there. Take it out. I get some Vrindavan dust. Like a Popeye. Like Popeye. Yeah. So this guy, this Chandrasekhar guy, he left a message on one of my YouTube channels that I have, not this one, a different one. He left a message about my smoky laugh, that I smoke and my laugh is smoky or something. He said, and I hate to think of what's going to happen to you when you leave your body and whatever. And it's like, these people with their Yamadutas and you're going to go to the hellish planets. You can just see how brainwashed he is, because that's what he thinks. He thinks if he doesn't, he's going to go, Yamadutas are going to come and they're going to yank him away. And, he thinks, that's how he thinks. Like, oh, you smoke, you drink coffee. Like, how dare you criticize me for wanting a 15-year-old wife when you smoke? Like, dude, do you even hear yourself? Do you even hear yourself? Hey, Snoggle, man, good to see you. Just stopping by. Great, man. Great to see you here. Spread the word. Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, who would marry their 11-year-old daughter to a 26 or 46-year-old man? That is so wrong on so many levels. It is so wrong, and we know it's wrong. And yet when Prabhupada says that an 80-year-old man can marry a 16-year-old girl, they think it's funny. They think it's funny. What's funny about that? These are supposed to be holy men. That's what I'm saying, man. These are supposed to be holy men. Prabhupada's best guys. These gurus on a spiritual level, on a spiritual journey, loving God. I'm on the highest stage. What does this Hot Lips tell me? Oh, Paz's brother. Oh, Dave Amrita says that he can take him to the highest level of loving God. Really? The guy that was celebrating when the guy got shot, he's going to talk about loving God? Was he loving God when he was celebrating the murder of an innocent man? Is that on a spiritual level? These guys are on a spiritual level and they talk like this, they act like this, and they can't see the 12-year-old girls, and they're going to laugh. When Prabhupada says an 80-year-old man can marry a 16-year-old girl, they're going to laugh. What's funny about that? What is funny about that? And not one of them had the nerve, not one of them. It's like, didn't even question it. Didn't even say, oh, really? An 80-year-old man can marry a 60? No, because they didn't want to get that treatment like those two guys that were asking about the 4 billion servants. Well, there's a door. If you don't think a 12-year-old girl and a 19-year-old boy is a perfect combination, because, you know, I'm the sum total of the demigods. Whatever I say, whatever I pull out of my ass, well, that's the law book for the next 10,000 years. Whatever I fart out my fucking anus mouth is the law for the next 10,000 years, God damn it. And if I say 12-year-old girls and 19-year-old boys can get married, well, then that's it. So yeah, they laughed. They laughed because Prabhupada laughed. They laughed because Prabhupada laughed. They were racist because Prabhupada was racist. They were sexist because Prabhupada was sexist. They were homophobic because Prabhupada was homophobic, and yet half of them were homosexuals anyway. Fucking insane. Fucking insane. You know,
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Yeah, one of the most disgusting phrases I ever heard was, if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. And this was in my part. Okay, so that's something, you know, guys say that like in junior high and high school. That's like something that I heard when I was in high school. Seriously, in like 1977, 76, 77, 78. When I was in high school, I heard phrases like that. You don't expect to hear that at a temple in a spiritual organization in the Holy Land where the Supreme Lord appeared and everybody's dancing in ecstasy and transcendental knowledge, transcendental bliss in the Sankirtan movement, and for the next 10,000 golden age, whatever. You don't expect holy men in Mayapur to be talking about if she's old enough to bleed. You just don't. It's friggin' insanity that these people, that this guy like this, walk around, talk like that, act like that, and then have the nerve to call themselves His Grace. Acharya Das, Chandrasekhar, he should be ashamed of himself. And this other guy too, because he ain't no better. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's done. But calling himself His Grace Krishna Prema Rupa Das because he goes out and begs with some books, he's fuck you. I know. I love it, man. I mean, it just sums it up. It sums it up.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
You know, and you watch. Okay, I've been ranting and raving for 58 minutes now. This first 58 minutes, and you watch this and you go, wow, look at all this stuff about pedophilia, all this stuff about child marriage, all these guys running around looking for underage girls, looking for 12-year-old girls, 13, 14-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls, whatever it is, all this teachings, the conversations that this guy's having, all this stuff, and you go, yeah, and these guys get to parade down in Venice Beach every year. They get to go fucking parade around in Venice Beach, dancing and yapping and yelling and doing whatever, whooping and whomping. A whooping and a whomping up and down Venice Beach, selling their fucking pedophile books, trying to corrupt people, trying to get parents to sell and marry their daughters off to these fucking pricks like this. It fucking makes me sick. It makes me sick that these guys get to parade up and down Venice Beach or wherever, and they're nothing but a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Pedophiles and protecting pedophiles. And as long as they're with all in on this child marriage and this pedophilia shit, they're all fucking pedophiles. And you know what? And I was in this bullshit. I know what I'm talking about. I was spreading these books and I was doing all this shit, and the people that I was working with were protecting Tattva Darshan. So you know what? I was indirectly right there with them until I got out. I was right there with them, helping Yashoda Anand and helping these guys protect this type of darshan. I didn't even know it, but I was doing it. I was working their webpage and doing all this shit, and I didn't even know what I was doing. And when I put it all together, and it took me a long time. It took me a long time to figure it out. And when I figured it out, I got the fuck out of there, because that's what you do. These guys, they ain't figured it out yet because they're too busy looking for their goddamn 12-year-old wife. And believe me, this guy's going to want his 12-year-old wife one day. They all do, just like Yashoda Nandan did. Dama Ghosh, and the Shringa, and all of these guys. I don't give a fuck about these kids. I don't give a fuck about these girls. I don't give a fuck about these kids. A bunch of fucking pedophiles. My niece used to get all this Krishna literature from a guy, Vasu Murthy, from Bakersfield. One Thanksgiving, she called our entire family a bunch of murderers. Well, because you're having Thanksgiving dinner and they called you a bunch of murderers. They want to, and that's just like a bunch of fucks. A bunch of these fucks want to call everybody else demons and malechas and yavanas and rakshasas and oh, you're breaking the four principles. The next time anyone ever no Krishna is ever going to talk to me. Any Krishna ever tells me about breaking the four regulative principles, I'm going to say, what the fuck, you protecting these goddamn pedophiles? Why don't you make that a regulative principle? Make that 5 regulative principles. No pedophiles. How can you add that to your goddamn regulative principles? Keep your hands off of little kids? How about that? Your fucking 4 regulative principles. You know what? People follow 4 regulative principles that are not devotees. There's a lot of people walking around the world that don't eat meat, don't get intoxicated, don't gamble, and don't have illicit sex. And they're not devotees. A lot of people like that. I don't know who they are, but there's a lot of people like that. So the fact that you do that ain't no big fucking deal. It ain't no big deal. You're going to walk around acting like you fucking His Grace Chandrasekhar Acharyadas while you're looking for a little girl thinking that you're the fucking super Hindu. You're fucking super Swami. And this guy too. I don't focus enough on the guy on the left. I really should focus on the guy on the left, but I don't. And yes, the Turkey, the Yamadutas showed up to arrest us. I know. I know, man. It's so funny. Well, at least it was turkey and not onions. You don't want the Yamadutas to come and you're like, hey, man, it was just onions. And they're like, well, onions are bad too. And you're like, yeah, but it wasn't turkey. It was just onions, maybe a little garlic, some onions, and some mushrooms. And the Yamadutas are like, I don't know, man. It says right here, onions and garlic. They're like, fuck you, Yamadutas, man. Oh, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. All of them are in it, especially Devamrita and Radhanath. They cover up for each other and other pedophiles or molesters. All of them, they are sick and they don't give a fuck to anyone. That's the thing. They could all come out and make statements. They come out and fly around and go swimming and do Guru Palooza and go here and there and they have their birthday parties and they buy sweaters for each other and they do all that shit. They could make a statement like Hansa Duda did. They could print out a big book and say, hey, this is my official stance on child marriage and pedophilia. I don't condone it. I don't want any of my disciples to be having no 12-year-old wives, and I don't want and I don't want any swamis that are convicted or have been adjudicated child molesters or anything. They can't. They're not welcome at my temple. They cannot lecture. They can't. No, it'd be really easy for them to do something like that, to have some integrity. You know, it's not hard. It's not hard to do that. They could all do that, all of them. But they ain't going to do it because they're all in on it. They got money to do all kinds of shit, but they ain't got money to set the record straight. That they can't do. Just like this, like your Shodanandan and the Tattva Darshan and all of that crap. It didn't take a whole, they could have, there was no reason for all that bullshit. But that's how they are. They'd rather protect that pedophile than listen to me, or even, they didn't give a fuck if I came or went. Tattva Darshan was so much more important than Sri Mukunda. It was so much more important to protect Tattva Darshan than have Sri Mukunda as the secretary of the Hare Krishna Society. Even though I'd been secretary for 10 years, I was initiated, I'd been in the movement for 20 years, and all of this shit, you showed his right-hand man, I was all of that. But when it push came to shove, it was Tattva Darshan was more important than me. Not that I was important. I'm just saying, this friggin' child molesting pedophile was way more important than me. Way more important than me. Anyway. Oh, man. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ate buffalo, goat, fish until he was 45. He only quit because of stomach problems. That's why I said, you know, it's such bullshit. And all of this bullshit is just whatever came out of Prabhupada's ass. Whatever he decided, it was it. 64 rounds. Why not 32 rounds? Why not 8 rounds? Why not 10 rounds? Why not 14 rounds? No, Prabhupada says 16. He's a pure devotee. He's the failed chemist. He's the failed chemist, so he gets to make the decision. He gets to decide. the seal of holiness. I know, right? He's got the seal of the what is it? The seal of approval. The USDA guru stamp. Fucking stupid shit. Yeah, no child marriages, no pedophilia, no cover-up for wrongdoing. Free speech and debates are allowed. Yeah, there's my smoky laugh. He doesn't like my smoky laugh. No onions, no yeah, it does. Yeah, and no good rice, man. No good rice. Onion das. A lot of layers to onion das, man. And a lot of layers. Hey, Gilbert, good to see you, Gilbert. And Sri, man, good to see you, man. Good to see you guys here, man. I was vegetarian for 30 years for the wrong fear karma reasons. Yeah, I was actually a vegetarian for about I was a vegetarian for about a year before I became a Hare Krishna. It was really easy for me. It was like, well, I already don't. Except when they told me I couldn't eat cheese. And this friggin' Mahatma told me I couldn't eat cheese. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then, so he's lecturing me about cheese and how it's got animal product in it and it's processed and we don't eat that and we're devotees and we don't eat that. And I think we were like, I don't know where we were out somewhere like doing video or doing something, and he was buying lunch and we were at a sandwich shop or something, and I wanted cheese on my sandwich, and he's like, no, you can't have cheese on you can't, and he went into this big thing about cheese. And I said, I don't care, I want cheese. I want cheese. And he was stunned. These people think they can control you. He was stunned. His jaw just dropped. He was just like, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting cheese. And I was new. I was new. I'd only been a devotee for maybe a year, maybe into my second year, and when I met Mahatma, and so he's like, you can't eat, we don't eat processed food. We don't eat cheese, American cheese or cheddar cheese. We don't eat that. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm getting cheese on my sandwich. I'm getting cheese on my sandwich. And he was like, And I said, Len, I'm not eating meat. I'm not eating onions. I'm not eating garlic. I said, I'm not eating eggs. I said, I'm eating cheese. And he was pissed. He was pissed. He didn't like that. I just thought I was eating cheese, man. I'm eating fucking cheese. You're going to make me a vegetarian and tell me I can't eat cheese. What the fuck is wrong with you? Compassionate reasons are good, but brainwashing, fear of hell for a baloney sandwich is, I know, exactly. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it, exactly. If I don't want to eat meat, it's because I don't want to eat meat, not because somebody else. What is this? What does this say? Mike, go to that page again and keep scrolling down. The first comment is about the menstrual blood. Oh man, you're gonna just keep pushing. You keep pushing me down there, man. You're gonna. It's like, just spit it out, man. Just spit it out. What? Oh yeah. So you probably said if a father does not get a daughter married before her first period, he has to eat the menstruation. Yeah, I heard Prabhupada said something like that in his books. This impresses a fanatical need upon the father. He is terrified she will lose her virginity and dishonor the family. Yeah, many Indian fathers have this pressure upon them, especially when their daughters get into their 20s, but trying to marry her off at 12 years old is an ISKCON thing due to the influence of Prabhupada. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like my friend, my friend in India, he wanted to get his daughter married, not because he was afraid he was going to have to eat. I don't know about that, but he was saying, my sons want to get married, and they're old enough to get married, and they're ready to get married, but my daughter's not married, and she's got to get married first, and she's 16. So he's like, she's 16, and I gotta find her a husband. So even if you want to say the father finds the husband, it's Indian culture, this, that. Okay, yeah, but not 12, not 11 and 12 years old. I don't buy it. I mean, there is a small portion of the population that's doing that, or still doing that, or that was doing that. But this 11 and 12 years. I mean, you see these old things where these little kids are getting married, like 5 and 6 years old, and and I think that was I don't know what was over that, but that's just not normal. It's just not normal. Yeah, I don't care. One thing that someone said is, don't let anyone ever make fun of your laugh or insult your laugh, because that's really part of who you are, and you really have no control over it in a way. It's like it's so unique to everyone, and some people have a funny laugh. Some people have, they guffaw or they do whatever, and that can be funny in itself. But you're gonna try and insult somebody over their laugh. That's really a low class thing to do. It really is. But thanks for saying that. And you know what? And if he had anything else to say, he'd say something else. But he's got none. What has he got to say? What has he got to say other than you have a fucked up laugh, or you have a smoky laugh, or you must be doing all kinds of horrible things, or you're just, and whatever. He can't defend the pedophilia because the whole world is against it right now with these Epstein files and all this stuff. It's like who doesn't look down on child marriage and pedophilia? Who's not looking down on that? Yeah, I was a veggie before joining, and so that regular principle was easy for me. And I'm not a gambler, so that was easy too. So I wasn't giving up anything. I wasn't giving up. It's not like I had to give up meat and I had to give up gambling. I wasn't a Vegas person. I wasn't a lottery ticket buyer. Even though, and there you go. When I met Sri Maya, and he was all, he seemed like a fixed up guy, right? He had short hair and a Sika, and he was always in a Kirtan Dhoti. He's always talking about Krishna, but he always was off to buy his lottery ticket. He's like, I got to go buy my lottery ticket. I got to go buy my lottery ticket. And he's always telling me about the women that he had back in Thailand. He's like, I got these 2 girls back there, and I got 2 girlfriends and this and that. And I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, what's up with that? Like, I'm trying to figure this out about following and all this, and then I see you guys doing this, and I hear about these gurus falling down, and I don't understand. I don't understand. And that's where Knitting Cult Lady says we see the red flags and we push on through. We think ourselves past it. Prabhupada laughed a few. Well, he laughs when he's laughing when he talks about having sex with his 11-year-old wife. He's laughing then. He's laughing when he's talking about these guys. 80-year-old man can have sex with a 16-year-old, can marry a 16-year-old girl. He laughs at that. So he definitely found that funny. I don't know if it's the same Mahatma. This is the Mahatma from L.A., not the Mahatma that's in ISKCON today. Maybe you got the right Mahatma. I don't know. I traveled with Mahatma and Gunagrahi in 1980. They asked me to leave because I was a bad influence on the new brahmacharis, which I was. Yeah, is that Mahatma? Is that the Prabhupada disciple Mahatma or the Bhakti Sarup Damodar? Did Sri Maya buy his lottery ticket in his dhoti in Kirta and Tilak? I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. He was buying them all the time. And, and a lot of these guys were smoking cigarettes too. Smoking weed. Not that that's bad or anything. Not that but those are red flags that I should have paid more attention to. Like, these guys are preaching, they're cosplaying. I should have seen it more as a cosplay. Like, nobody's really serious. And then when I got to the LA temple and I started meeting these devotees and seeing what was going on at the LA temple, I was like, it seems pretty shady. And then when I was working at ITV and I was talking to some of these guys that knew Nrsingananda, they weren't devotees, but they were just like hang-arounds. They just hung around and they knew everybody, but they weren't devotees. They would go to the temple, like this one guy that I worked with at ITV. He wasn't a devotee, but he knew everybody. And he'd go to the restaurant, he'd eat, but he'd never go into the temple. And he would tell me about the old days. He'd go, yeah, I remember back. He's like, I remember back one time Prabhupada was here, and all the devotees were doing this and doing that, and a bunch of devotees were over there smoking pot, and then Prabhupada pulled up in his car. And so he would tell me stuff like that, but he wasn't initiated. He wasn't really, maybe he lived on the street. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know his whole story like that. But he was definitely not. He wasn't chanting, no tilak or beads or anything like that. And he would tell me stuff like as if he wasn't a devotee. We would laugh and joke because I was that kind of guy that he could do that with. He couldn't do that with the other devotees, but with me, he felt comfortable. Like, I'll bullshit and I'll bullshit and stuff. I can't remember that guy's name. Yeah, Prabhupada was always rubbing his nose because he had snuff up there. Probably from the night before, because like if he was doing it at night, in the morning when he got up and went down to the temple, he's Oh, Mahatma from Watsika. Oh, you really? That's the Mahatma. That's the Mahatma I knew. Yeah, that guy's a character, man. That guy's a character. Hey, that guy's a character. That's all I can say. They all are. We all were. I was a character too. But I wasn't a scammer. I wasn't no scammer. These guys got that scam. There's a scammer element that I guess that it's really easy to fall into the scammer, into this. It's really easy to like just fall into that because Prabhupada's philosophy is like, we're above the law, we're better than everybody, we deserve everything, and everybody's a karmi, and the government is bad, and if you can get welfare or unemployment or whatever, it's like why not? Because it's Krishna's money, everything's Krishna's, and we need to, if we can liberate money from the karmis and give it to Krishna, and that's devotional service, and they get benefit, and everybody's happy, and I get my gold watch, and I get my room, and whatever. Disgusting pieces of shit. Okay, disgusting pieces of shit. So we did. I want to tell everybody again. Go watch this if you haven't. She's got an incredible story. Maybe some of you know her. She was born in L.A. in ISKCON in like '69 or something. She has an incredible story. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Go watch it. I believe it's linked in the description, but I'm not sure. I'll definitely try to put it in there. Did I ever meet George Harrison? Did George Harrison still respect ISKCON? I didn't meet George Harrison, but when the first time I went to Vrindavan, actually, no, I think it was when I went in 97. When I went in 97, right after I left or right before I got there, he went there, and he did like a little tour, and like they rolled out the red carpet for him, and he already had cancer. He already knew he was going, and I don't remember if it was right before or right after, but they there's a video online too that you can see this video of him, George Harrison, in Vrindavan, and like I just whenever that video was, I think it was it was either 92 or it was 2000, or it was 2000. But anyway, there's a video of him, and so I just missed him. Whenever it was, I just missed. I had a brush. I had almost a brush with greatness. Almost a brush with greatness, and not quite. But let me see. I want to tell you a story, and then I want to get to another video here. So I left this out, but this goes to these gurus and their defending.
Sweetest Swami you could ever hope to meet.
Vidyapurna Maharaj, he developed that Gurukul, and he's done something wonderful. There's no record of him being engaged in pedophilia.
Apichet Sudarachara verse, in this context, invokes horror in some. People had become ghosts for their offenses in criticizing devotees. You never know. You can send me all kinds of nasty emails. That's it. I may lose friends or disciples, but that is my position.
That's why this Chandrasekhar guy, that's why this guy, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if people know that he's wants a 15-year-old wife, that he's trolling for a 15-year-old wife in New Zealand, banned from the temple, that he's inappropriate behavior at Bhaktivedanta Manor, and he still called himself His Grace Chandrasekhar. He doesn't care because he didn't want. because of this attitude of we have to forgive them or I might become a ghost. Well, you know what? I'm not afraid of becoming a ghost. Fuck you guys. You guys are pedophiles. All you guys are pedophiles. If that's your attitude, if you're telling me that you can't condemn this child marriage and this pedophilia because you might become a ghost, well, then you know what? You're probably a fucking pedophile too. Because who the fuck is going to say something like that? I'm afraid of becoming a ghost if I say anything bad about this guru or any of my devotee buddies who are accused of or have been found guilty of being a pedophile or a child molester. I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. Well, fuck you, you're a pedophile too. If you can't say that it's wrong, and if you can't, and you say that child marriage is okay, well then, what else do I need? What else do we need? We got Prabhupada teaching it. We got Prabhupada teaching it in 1977. We got these freaks looking for wives in 2026, 2025. We got 17-year-old boys writing in saying, hey, this guy's trying to marry me off to his 12-year-old daughter. We got women who said that they were married off at 13. They were raped and then married off at 13, taken to India. We got women in Mayapur saying that these women are coming up and saying, hey, I want to marry your daughter off to my 26-year-old son, my creepy-ass son, who can't find a wife, doesn't know how to go and just have a relationship with anybody. I got to go, as his mommy, I got to go find an 11 or 12-year-old girl that he can fucking molest and rape. That's how fucking disgusting these people are. And they want to parade in my city, down my street, with their fucking chariots and their fucking cymbals and their drums and their books. These sick fucks that can't say that child marriage is wrong, can't say that pedophilia is wrong, who think it's funny that if an 80-year-old man marries a 16-year-old girl by force. They think it's funny. These fuckers want to sit there and talk about loving God. They want to talk about loving God. These sick fucking pieces of shit. God damn it. Fucking sick ass pieces of shit.
I think so. I think I've spoken about my own life. You know that I was a married man. So after being married, I did not like my wife. Somehow or other I did not like. I must say she's very faithful, very everything, everyone, but I did not like somehow or other. So I was preparing for next marriage.
Yeah, so this piece of shit, he has an arranged marriage with an 11-year-old girl when he's 22 years old, takes her hand, makes her cry, makes a joke with his disciples about how if you don't know how to do something, gradually you learn. Just like my 11-year-old wife, I took her hand and she cried at first, but gradually she stopped crying. That's a fucking sick fuck. So then after he has his arranged 11-year-old wife, who in the Vedic system is they're supposed to be together forever. This young marriage, this arranged young marriage is supposed to be perfect. It's Vedic. It's the Vedic system. Hey, it's the Vedic system. She's going to fall in love with me. I'm going to fall in love with her. And we're going to be together forever. And we're going to produce beautiful Vaishnav children. This is fucking bullshit. She didn't like him because he raped her when she was 11 years old. And then he has the nerve to turn around after he's been raping her for years when she was 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever, and he's 22, 23, 24, 25. After he's done with her, he's like, somehow or other, I didn't like my wife, And then, of course, all his disciples laugh because they're sexist pieces of shit just like him. So he says, yeah, somehow or other I didn't like her. It was a good thing I didn't like her because then I got to become a cult leader and scam all of you fucks. I know, fucking Harry Potter pod with his fucking ghost Ananda. It's fucking disgusting. I know, I'm more afraid of these pedophiles and child marriage rapists and GBC gurus. You know what? I'll take my chance becoming a ghost if I can expose your ass. You want to scare me into keeping my mouth shut because I might become a ghost? Well, you know what? I'm not scared of becoming a ghost. Just like I'm not scared of the fucking demon head eating the moon. And I ain't scared of your fucking Yamadutas or your Vimananas or whatever you call them, or your Brahmastas or all that other bullshit. You can take that shit somewhere else. Take that shit somewhere else. You scare each other with your Yamaduta talk. You can go scare each other in the temple room. Oh, Yamaduta, don't say that. Yamaduta's gonna come get you. Hey, a bunch of little kids. Like a bunch of little kids playing in the park. A bunch of little kids playing in the park. Playing make-believe. Well, Yamadutas are going to get you. Yamadutas are going to get you. I know. The guy in his child marriage, man. That's why you're fake human, man. Man, you're the one. Has
the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Okay, so let's see. So we did Prabhupada being a prick. What else we got? No, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen this before. This is all from Skeptic Perspective. Does great work, great videos. Go check them out. Skeptic Perspective. I think the link is in the description. Let's see this one. Oh, this piece of shit.
The abusive history of BVP Swami, a current figure in ISKCON, responsible for the abuse within the Hare Krishna boarding school in Mayapur, India. Although there is not yet conclusive evidence that he has sexually abused any of the children under his care, there is, however, plenty of evidence that he was violently beating the boys. In addition, he made no significant attempts to expel and punish the many pedophile teachers and monitors that raped the children while he was the principal of the school. BVP is notorious for his expertise in lacerating the skin off the back of the children with one single hit of his.
This guy was beating the children, okay? He was beating the children with a stick to the point where the skin was coming off of their backs. It's just disgusting. I don't want to even think about it. This fuck. But I'm going to show his picture. This fuck was beating these kids. Where did he get the idea you could beat the kids? I don't know. Maybe you showed it talking to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada saying, yeah, you can beat the kids. Maybe that's where he got the idea he could beat these kids. With his fucking little fucking thing on his head. What the fuck are these freaks? Can I be any more of a freak? I'm going to dress up like a freak and I'm going to beat these kids with a stick until their skin comes off their back. For fun. Like, what the fuck can a little kid do in India? Like, what the fuck can a little kid do in India that you're going to beat him with a stick? In India. Well, because he doesn't want to chant Hare Krishna? Because he doesn't want to chant. Because he doesn't want to chant your fucking mantra? You're going to beat this little kid with a stick. You fucking monsters. You fucking monsters. And sit there like a holy man, like I'm a holy man. The fucking nerve of these people. And let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now, he ain't no different than this guy. This guy ain't no different. They ain't no different. You put him in his position, you put him in the other guy's position. And they would beat the fuck out of those little kids too. I guarantee it. The Prabhupada said. If Prabhupada said, you never touch these kids, ever, not one hair on their head do you ever touch, and he said that over and over in his lectures and books and everything, they would not touch a single hair on these kids' head. But no, Prabhupada said, yeah, go ahead and beat it. Beat it into them. Oh, well, should we beat him here, or should we take him back? Should we wait until we take him back and beat him in front of all the other kids so we can traumatize all the other kids? That's what Prabhupada said. So naturally, you end up with this fucker. God damn it, it's not fucking rocket science. Where's goddamn where's fake human with the rocket science? Where's
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
It's not rocket science. This guy's guru told him he can fucking beat the kids. So he beat the fucking skin off of their backs with a stick. And these people are worshiping and calling him guru, calling him Maharaj, calling him Bhakti, whatever the fuck, scumbag Ananda. Hey, Paz, great to see you, man. You gotta get caught up, man. It's been some good shows. Last couple of shows have been really good. You gotta check them out. Especially that one that got flagged and a copyright strike. You gotta go find that and check it out, man. Really good. There we go, man. Rocket science gone wrong, man. Fuck the clown face with the red dot. Oh, man. These guys are scumbags, man. And I'm not exaggerating. I don't need to exaggerate. I really don't need to exaggerate. Here's one Rafael sent in. Here's a good one. Check out this fucker. And this is a long time ago, so the guy looks young. You might not recognize him, but I recognize this fuck. Of course, he's got little kids around him. Let's see.
With these earplugs, I can get focused whenever I want,
Commercial
and
time.
nothing can distract me anymore.
Where there's honking on
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Now that time is nearing, I'm going to have to leave Vrindavan Dham, and Dvaitacharya is calling. So many fallen conditioned souls are suffering in the material world. My parts, my parcels, my sons, my daughters, they are trapped in the evils of Kali Yuga. Kali personified is down there creating chaos amongst people.
So there you go. This is the perfect example of the unawareness of these people. You got this grown man, this Indra Yumna Swami. Of course, it's Indra Yumna Swami. You got this grown man playing Krishna, and then his gopis. Krishna's gopis they're the correct age for the gopis. This is actually, this is technically correct. The gopis were about this age, and Krishna was Krishna's a little older, but what the fuck does that matter? You get the message, right? Krishna's a grown man or a grown boy, and he's got a bunch of little girls around him, and those are his girlfriends, those are his lovers, his girlfriends, those are the people that he has sex with, those little girls, and they're having a play. They're having a play where Krishna with Krishna and the gopis. So naturally, this Indra Yumna Swami is like, well, I'll play Krishna, and then we'll have the little girls will be my gopis. Fuck. Nobody would do that. Nobody in the real world would do that.
I must descend as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and deliver all those fallen souls. And my dear Radha, for so long now I've been observing your intimate, confidential love for me.
And you say, Mike, Mike, you're really taking this too far. This is it's just a play, and it's just Indra Yumnaswamy with these little girls. And I say, no, you're wrong. It's not just a play. This play sends a message, and it sends an overt message, and it sends an overt message, a covert message, and a subliminal message. The brain is taking all of this shit in. It's sending a message out to the little girls. It's sending a message out to the boys. It's sending a message out to the men. And it may not just be spelled out, right out, just spell it right out. But it's right there. It's right there, and you can't miss it. You really can't. And if you're missing it, you're getting it subliminally. It's going in there. How can you miss this? Why are his gopis grown? They couldn't find any grown women to play the gopis, or 17 or 18-year-old girls to play the gopis. Why this grown man, 35-year-old man, 40-year-old man playing Krishna in his see-through dhoti and his shirt, topless, and his see-through dhoti in front of these little 11 and 12-year-old girls? Michael Jackson dressed up as Krishna. Okay, so that man's sick. Okay, now are you saying it's sick? Are you saying he's sick because I said he's sick and I did all this, or is it really what you think? Because I really want to know. I want to know what you think, and without being influenced from what I'm saying. I'm obviously trying to influence people, but is it really sick just coming from just an ordinary point of view? Is it really? Because I think it is. I think it is, but I'm biased. I'm totally biased. And, oh, man. That's what they do. That's what they do. I know. It's... By their fruits you shall know them is a biblical phrase from Matthew. Yeah, I know. And look at this guy. He was telling us, he was sending out red flags back then. It's just. Oh, okay, let me tell you. Oh, I have a horrible memory of my dad pretending to be my boyfriend when I was 10, and it creeped me out super bad. Even if it was some weird joke, it felt super strange. Okay, so I was going to tell you some stories. In fact, let me do that. Let me grab this real quick. So I was going to tell you some stories, and that reminds me of a story. So when my daughter and I were in Vrindavan, she was 11 years old, and we went to the Taj Mahal, and here we are at the Taj Mahal. That's a picture of us, me and my daughter, at the Taj Mahal there, and she's 11 years old. So you can see she's getting tall for her age. She's 11 years old, and so anyway, we're at the Taj Mahal, and this guy's following us around with a camera, and he's like, "I'll take your picture," because I got my own camera. So he's like, "I'll take your picture and half price, whatever." So because he'll take the picture with my camera. So we're walking around the Taj Mahal, and we're taking pictures, and he's taking these pictures of us, right? You see these pictures of me and my daughter, and because he knows. He's like a photographer, so he knows the spots. He knows where to stand, where it looks nice, and get the lighting and the location, and he knows what he's doing. So he's taking us around, and he gets us and he's posing us. He's like, "Okay, stand like this, stand like that." So then he comes over and he positions. And Gibran, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you're watching, but I know you remember this. he positions us with her in front of me and my arms around her, and I'm like, I'm not really paying attention because I'm kind of annoyed that he's doing all of this, but I'm trying, it's India, and so I'm trying to like just go with the flow and let him do his thing, and I'll pay him his 200 rupees or whatever it is, and get it over with. So so he positions me with her, like, and it's like a marriage pose. It's like she's my wife. It's like we're in love, and I've got her, and I kind of, in my mind, I realize it as the same time my daughter realizes it, and he's snapping away, and my daughter goes, "This is like we're married or something," and I was like, "Yeah, it is. This is creepy," and it totally creeped me out. And then when I got home and I developed the pictures, there's this picture of us, and I still have the picture somewhere. This picture of us, and because he thought she was my wife. Here I'm a 36-year-old man. I got an 11-year-old daughter, but he thinks that's my wife because we're Hare Krishnas. We're all dressed like Hare Krishnas. So he thinks. So when he sees us at the Taj Mahal walking around like that, and there's no mom. Her mom is out of the. She's not in. Her mom is gone. Yeah, her mom's not around. I'm a single father. So he thinks we're married. He thinks that we're husband and wife, and so he poses. He gives us the husband and wife pose, and it was really creepy. It was really friggin' creepy, man. And seeing this, it makes me sick to my stomach. I know. Anytime I see this guy with little kids, it grosses me out. It really grosses me out. I know. Nobody puts up with abuse, and that's why I say these people want to say that child marriage was something that was child marriage was not something that everybody did up until the Industrial Revolution, like 1870, right? No, they married young, but it wasn't like this child marriage shit was not. It's not something that everybody's doing. It just wasn't. Yeah, I know. It was, if I could find that photo, I don't think I have it anywhere, but if I could find that photo, it's funny. And it was really creepy, and my daughter didn't like it. She's like, "Dad, this is nah." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." But it's my daughter. It's my daughter. But it's love, but it's a different kind of love. It's like, wait a minute, this is wrong. This is wrong. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those stories. It's one of those stories, one of those India stories. So let me see what else we got here. What else we got here? Okay, so again with these guys. Look at this.
I've done activities in the past. I am at present, but what the future holds, I have no idea. And no one is acting in any way to secure their future.
6781.
No one understands that for all their activities, everything is written down. This is the law of karma.
This guy's so full of shit. Because all the abuse that he did, all the sexual abuse that he did in ISKCON, and getting kicked out and getting let back, he knows that if that was true, and if he knew that if that was true, and all his activities were being written down, and he was going to be judged, and he was going to end up in a hellish planet, he wouldn't have done all that shit. He wouldn't have done all that shit. He wouldn't have abused those kids. He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been doing all that stuff. And for him, and he's like one of the most notorious. He's one of the most notorious guys in ISKCON, and he's back. And look at this. This guy's a real scumbag, man. And somebody just put this up, February 25th, 2023. This has been up for just 3 years. and this is an old video from a long time ago, but like they're trying to like promote him. Like, who want to listen to this guy? Who the fuck would want to listen to this guy? You got to have some fucking brainwashed new people that don't know jack shit to go and listen to this guy talk. Fucking A. And they want to, and they're talking about protecting kids, protecting this and protecting that, protecting little girls. They protected no one when they got this guy running around. The fuck? Promoting people like this. They ain't got nobody else they can promote. They ain't got nobody else they can promote. Okay, let's do this. I saw this. And oh my God, it was disturbing. It is so disturbing that I said I got to do this. I got to. Okay, let's just give it a. Let me see. It triggers me, all these things. I'm sorry they trigger you. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to trigger you. I had a boyfriend who was 8 years older than me and he abused you. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I don't mean to trigger you at all. But I'm glad that you can speak out and you can say, you know, I was a victim. I was a victim, and it helps anybody who's watching that can say, you know, this Dagmar is saying, yeah, that is me. That happened to me. I was abused. I was this and that. So it's not just Mike, crazy Mike, yelling at the clock. This guy, where is it? This guy thinks it's me, that I'm the crazy one. He doesn't care about people like Dagmar. He doesn't care that Dagmar was abused and that my daughter was abused, or that any of these kids on Watsika were abused, or any of these other kids were abused, or that woman was married at 13. He doesn't care. All he cares is about washing his guru's feet and drinking the water and finding himself a 15-year-old girl, and he can go around and he can make videos where he's bitching about there's not enough white people at the temple. That's all the fuck he cares about. I know we're all sorry that you had to go through that. Really, we're all sorry that you had to go through this stuff. I swear, man. And I'm glad that you found us, and we're all here together in support of each other, and that's really important. And I think that's one thing. I got to tell you the truth. I think that's one thing that they don't like the most is that we come together as a group. We support each other. We talk about the trauma. We talk about our experiences, and it's healing for us, and it's a warning for others. And I think that is a bigger threat than anything they've ever faced before. Like gurus falling, they can handle gurus falling down. They can handle people blooping. They can handle other sampradayas. They can handle other gurus. They can handle all that shit. But how do they handle a whole group of ex-devotees who've come together and are speaking out about the child marriage and what can they do? That's what really scares them, I think. Personally, that's what I think. And it's not that mean, like I'm scaring or anything, but that it's just the idea. Just the idea that there's a group of there's a podcaster or whatever, a YouTuber, and 10 people that come together and talk about their things, and people are watching it. I think is really bothering. They don't know how to handle that. Yeah, we're all here, man. We are all here. We're all here for that, so that we can all heal, and we can all here. Dagmar, here's some good rice. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Get some good rice. It's always good when you get some good rice. Whatever happens with YouTube, that's what I'm saying. Go to my Substack. I will be at Substack, and you can sign up there, And if anything happens here, I already have a Substack. I already have my videos there. If anything happens here, that's where you're going to find me. So everybody, we can stay connected, because I want to stay connected, man. I want to stay connected with everyone, and I want that good rice. I want that good rice. So yeah, whatever happens, we all need to stay connected. Dagmar and everybody, and Paz and everyone, man. We're like a big family here, and I love it. Yeah, your friend is gone, man. Your friend is gone. Your friend is gone. I'm getting I get about 20 people watching. Overall, by the end of the show, I'm getting hundreds. I'm getting hundreds of views. Not at all at the same time, but I'm getting about 100 views. I'm having about 15, 16, 18, 20 regular viewers like every show now, which I wasn't getting before. And my overall views per video are going up, in the 200s now, which before it was in the 100s. Now it's in the 200s, 300s, and growing. So yeah, it's exciting, and I can see why they want to put an end to this. They can't put an end to it, but I can see why they're trying to do. I can see why they're trying to do something. Especially this guy. This guy got it out. This guy's got it out for me because I gave him a bunch of shit, and so now he's got it. He's got it out for me, and I understand that, and I don't care. I don't care. But let's see what's next. So I wanted to show you this. This is, and it's like, and I don't want anybody to say, Mike, why do you keep showing this? And this is a good example. This is an example of what happens. This is an example of what happens, and it's a warning. It's like when they show these people on fentanyl, and they're all bent over, and they're like, and they show these neighborhoods like in Philadelphia or wherever, and these fentanyl people are like, they're like frozen. And you go, why are they showing that? Well, they're showing it as a warning, and they're showing it to let people know what's going on. And so I'm kind of doing the same thing here. This is like, oh my God. This is a madhouse. Believe me, this is a madhouse. This is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
This should be this guy should be thrown in jail. This guy should be thrown in jail. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be thrown in jail. This should be on 60 Minutes. Somebody should do a 60 Minutes about this guy and what he's doing with these people. It's obviously that these people have some issues that need to be addressed. And them going into his zoom, boom, boom, is not helping them. It's just not helping them. Yeah, it's something that I need too. Believe me, I need this too, man. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're all here. I was thinking I was the only one who feels it. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. We all share the feelings, man. And I'm just as glad you guys are here as you guys are glad that I'm here. I mean, if it wasn't me and somebody else was doing this, I'd be right in there watching and being right in there. Believe me, I would. And that was the main reason why I kept doing this, is because there was nobody doing this. I couldn't go anywhere and listen to anybody talk about Hare Krishna. If I wanted to hear people talk about Scientology or talk about any other cult like Queen of Karma, if I wanted to hear about her or Scientology or the Moonies or the Jehovah's Witness or the Children of God, like Knitting Cult Lady, or any of the other cults, I could go and I could watch and listen, and I could have all these people talking about, but there was no place for me to go. to do this. And now here we are doing it. And I think it's great. And I think, like Rafal said, that is what they really don't like. They just don't like the idea that we can all come together and do something and have a therapy session and you know, and even help people. Yeah, this. Yeah, there are plenty more who are now living their own lives quietly and are also ex-ISKCON initiates. There's a lot of people that have stories to tell that would really help people if they'd come out and tell their story. And I understand it's not for, telling your story is not for everyone. I'm not criticizing that. I'm definitely not criticizing that. But people that can tell their story should. People that can do what we're doing and tell their story, because not everybody can do it. People who can, they should do it, and it would be very helpful. And it would be very helpful. And I would join in. I would join in other people's lives and comment, and so I could hear theirs. Like if Rafal was doing one and Eliana was doing one, I would definitely be in there going, hey, you know, I want to hear your story. I want to see what you have to say. You know, it's a whole big unit going on here. So, and it's great. It's really great. I only stumbled on Mike's deprogramming show after battling my own demons from ISKCON's and Ritvic brainwashing, and it was after a psychiatric session. Mike is a godsend. Well, hey, I really appreciate you saying that. You know, really, I do. You know, it means a lot that I was able to, you know, help you in your in your journey out. Seriously, seriously, it's for me. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. What I went through with Yashodananda and all those guys, and Paranjan and Narayan and my roommate Vadiraj, and you know, and the teacher at the school Jagadambika and Swavas, and I went through my whole traumatic ordeal with that, with my daughter. I mean, you know, with everything. And so, you know, I know what it's like when people are trying to come out, when people have doubts, when people, you know, have come out and they feel lost. I know all of that, and I know I'm not the only one. So I really appreciate it, and it's great that we're here. I know it looks like a mental asylum. That is a madhouse for sure. What the fuck is going on? It's Raganuga Bhakti. He wants you to believe that that's Raganuga. Wait a minute. I gotta put both up at the same. I gotta put both up at the same.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
That's this is the emojis coming to life. This is the emojis coming to life, right?
Rama, Rama.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh man, it is too much. I wonder if they're really feeling something or just pretending. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and saying they ain't feeling nothing. I mean, they might be feeling like, they might be feeling something, but it's not what they think it is. It's not what they think it is, and that's the shame. That's the real shame. It's like they're feeling something. They're enjoying this. Look, we're in here and we're doing this and we're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and you guys are enjoying it. You guys are commenting. I'm commenting. I'm telling my stories, showing my videos. You guys are watching. We're all having a good time right here. Now, these people, are also having a good time. They're having a good time. They're having a good time, just like we are. But their good time is insanity. It's insanity because their good time. First of all, they believe that they're feeling this Raganuga Bhakti, like they think that they're in some ecstatic. They're exhibiting some ecstatic symptoms of ecstasy that's coming down from the spiritual world through Lord Chaitanya's teachings, through this Gaurahari guy. And like only Gaurahari can make them feel this way and get that. This is no different than a faith healer. That's like, if let me put my hand on your head and I'm going to heal you. And it's the same exact crap. Now, that doesn't mean they're not having fun. Like I said, people can have fun in many different ways. And they're having fun. They're having fun. Like you take Hot Lips there up at the top, right in the middle square. It's like insane Hollywood squares. You take Hot Lips in the top center square. I'll take Hot Lips to block. She thinks she's in ecstasy. You really think she's in ecstasy? You really think that she's on such an exalted, transcendental plane, on a transcendental level of loving God? She has perfected loving God so much that when she hears this guy chant and she hears the holy name, that she goes into these giggling and crying fits. You really think that she's that advanced? Prabhupada didn't even do that. Prabhupada, when did you ever see Prabhupada act like this? When did you ever see any ISKCON guru act like that? Other than the guy with the frog on his head. This guy's like a modern day Charlie Manson. He's got a bunch of people with mental issues that probably are not, probably not all there. I mean, if they're following Gaura Hari Das and they think he's Guru Dev and they're calling him Guru Dev, they're not all there. They're just not all there. And the fact that they're pretending or cosplaying with this crying and the giggling and the epileptic fits and all of this. I mean, maybe the guy really has epilepsy. I don't know. But this is all coming from him because that's what they think they're supposed to be doing. They think they're supposed to be doing this. How can I be on a transcendental level if I'm not exhibiting these ecstatic symptoms? This is such bullshit. And it's warping their minds. Their minds are already warped. And it's warping their minds, man. I'm seriously. What the fuck am I watching? I know. Absolutely. It's like a hidden camera at the state mental hospital. Hot Lips is definitely challenged by mental health. I think they all are. And I think Gaurahari knows he's a fraud. Absolutely. I believe he does. It's cuckoo time. It's cuckoo time again, man. It is cuckoo. It is, man. But it's no different than, look, honestly, it's no different than Indra Yumna Swami dancing around and all those women are like, wah! That's no different. I mean, why are they screaming and yelling at Indra Yumna Swami? Why are these people giggling and crying at Gaurahari? It's mental illness. It's a friggin' mental illness. That's all it is. The laughing lady is hilarious. You can pick out one person and just watch one person. You can pick out one person, just watch one person. And, the yawning man, little blonde lady in the center.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Like Gaurahari doesn't even want to be on camera with him. He's hiding behind his profile picture. He doesn't even want to show his face with these nuts. It is crazy. It is. I told my story on Queen of Karma Channel. I definitely received backlash from some people. If you don't mind me asking, seriously, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of backlash did you get and from who? I'm really curious, and I mean it. I'm serious. What kind of backlash did you get, and from whom? I know it was therapeutic. It's always therapeutic when you tell your story. Even if you got no story to tell, you make one up, but it's always therapeutic. But what kind of backlash did you receive, and from whom? Yeah, it's great to be in the company of people who were specifically within ISKCON. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's something unique about it. Yeah, and that was it. Like, I would go into the Scientology rooms because I recognized the cult and all the cult activities and all the everything. Around. It's all identical, but it's not Hare Krishna. Scientology is not Hare Krishna. So there's just that little bit of, it's just not quite. And I would try to tell people, I'd say, hey, you guys are against Scientology. You should be against Hare Krishna too. And they were like, yeah, okay, good. But it's not the same. It's just not the same. And I don't blame them. I'm just like, you're doing your thing. And that's when I realized, like, I need to do my own thing. I need to, I'm in the Scientology groups because I don't have a Hare Krishna group. So now it's a Hare Krishna group. But I realized I need to do this for me and for all of you. Like, I knew you guys would show up eventually. I knew you guys would show up eventually. Rupa Nuga, because he talks about, he's like, yeah, let's do some Rupa Nuga, man. We're gonna do some Rupa Nuga, man. He preaches like he's Chong, like he's Tommy Chong. He's like, yeah, man, this Rupa Nuga, man. Yeah, those guys ain't got it, man, but I got it, man. I can, and we can all do it, man. We're all Rupa Nugas, man. You got to just taste the potency. That's why Mike doesn't have it, because he's not connected, and he just doesn't. He's like Sisipala, and he doesn't have it. He's got no potency. There's a cow, yeah. It's good positive therapy. It is. It's good. It's therapy for us, and it's helping other people. And it doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. Yeah, we came to our senses. I mean, to a certain extent, that was us. To a certain extent, we're like, Hare Krishna, thinking there's a demon head eating the moon and all this other stuff. We were mental cases too. We were mental cases to a certain extent. We were just like them. We weren't. I don't know about you guys. I wasn't pretending to cry. Radhakunda would do that stuff. He'd be like, oh, I'm so fallen, and Prabhupada is so merciful, and Prabhupada he just picked me up and gave me life, and I was nothing, and I was just a wretched nothing, and I was, and now I'm Radhakunda Das. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, hey, seriously, like, I'm in this for a serious spiritual experience, spiritual journey, spiritual thing. I don't need all this bullshit. I don't need this false humility. I don't need this bunch of Kalpatarabhis Cha saying my prayers to assembled devotees that I don't even know who they are, and they're what are they, child molesters and gurus that are child. I see some guru on the street, I'm supposed to immediately bow down and pray to this guy. Well, 2 minutes before he was diddling some little boy or something. I mean, what the fuck is he? Are you guys brain dead or something? What's coming?
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Oh man, Hot Lips is actually from Belgium. 8 years. 8 years with that guy. And I know, and he's been around a long time because I heard about him. I never knew who he was, but I heard about him a long time ago. Cuckoo for Krishna pups. So yeah, if you get to that Raganuga Bhakti stage, you can be just as nutty as they are. Oh man, transcendental bliss. Okay, so let me. I got a story to tell you. I got a story to tell you. It's kind of funny. I got to skip over some of these. Okay, there we go. I wanted to get devotees from France I knew very well, big scammers, telling me I didn't understand it, I was weak, and that I made offenses. Yeah, of course, it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault for waking up. You know, I don't need your backhanded indoctrination. Basically, that's just like trying to get you back in. Oh, you just didn't understand. If you understood it right, you'd come back. Oh, you're just weak. If you were strong, you'd make it. You know, I don't need your bullshit. That's like you showed Ananda telling my roommate, when telling Vadiraj or whatever, when I left, I did left. And Yashodananda showed up at the apartment when I left to take everything, whatever. And he said, Yashoda said, "Oh, don't worry, he's going to come back. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. He'll come back." I'm like, "No, dude. I know that's how it goes with some of your brainwashed freaks, but no, I'm not going to be back. I'm not going to come back." Oh, he'll come back. So, and of course that you made stuff up. Yeah, of course. Like my daughter. Oh, she's making it up, or he didn't touch her because I almost died from sickness in the temple, and he called me a liar. I was not eating for 3 days, I'm so sorry, man. I am so sorry that you went through that. Really, I really am. Yeah, they don't care when you're sick. They don't care when you're sick. Getting sick to them is an offense. It's like, how dare you be sick? It's like, how dare you be sick? You're not supposed to be sick. There's no sickness in Krishna consciousness. That's just purification. That's just purification.
Because the whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Another one. What is it? I wanted to play. Well, there's another one. Okay. We're not the body. All that stuff, man. Bobby Brooks. Hey, Bobby Brooks. Maybe probably was a climate denier too, dude, or whatever else you're told are the enemy, or whatever other bullshit you are told is the world's and your problem. Maybe Prabhupada was a climate denier too, or whatever else you're told are the enemy, or whatever other bullshit you are told is the world's and your problem. Man, I'm trying to understand. I just when I think I understand what you're saying, you throw me a left curve. You throw me a curveball. Maybe Prabhupada was a climate denier too, dude. Comma. Okay, I understand that part. Maybe he was a climate denier, or whatever else you're told. Or whatever else you're told, are the enemy, or whatever other bullshit you are told is the world's and your problem. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, so we're talking about getting sick in India and whatever, and Vrindavan. But I got this funny story I wanted to tell you. So. To go along with like all this weird crap, right? They got all these weird superstitions, and they got all these, cultural things that they do with the cow, with the cow urine. We were talking about the cow urine. The guy's drinking the cow urine. So when I went last year, well, this 2 years ago now, in 24, when I was in India in 24 in Vrindavan, my friend took us to this temple that we really never been to before. It's not in Vrindavan. It's like right outside of Vrindavan, and I'd never been to it before. It's like a Govinda temple there, and if you've ever been to India and you know the temples there's a lot of the temples. There'll be a wall where the women take the cow. The cow poo, and they make little swastikas on the wall out of cow poo, and they're like forming it, and they make this little thing there. And sometimes they make other little symbols out of the cow poo, and eventually the whole wall will be covered with this cow poo, this dried cow poo that's stuck to the wall in these little swastikas and other little symbols that they do. I think anybody that's been to India, they've seen that. Rafael, you've seen that, and a few others have seen that. So at this temple, they have this big wall behind the temple. It's like the back of the temple wall, whatever. They have all this cow poo there, and all the women are doing that. They're and it's like everybody's doing it. It's like a thing. It's like after you come out of the temple, you see the deities. You come out of the temple, you go around, and as you go around the back, the women stop and they do that, and then they move on. So my girlfriend and I are there. She's not a devotee. She's not even Hindu, but she's Buddhist, but she's very respectful, and she loves going to the temples. She loves the Krishna temples and Shiva and Ganesh and Krishna and Lakshmi. She loves all that stuff. So we go to this temple, and we go inside, and there's all these different temples. There's there's Hanuman, and there's Shiva, and then there's Govardhan. There's pieces of Govardhan Rock, Govardhan Hill, and then there's Ganesh and whatever. There's all these deities, and then there's the main temple room with it's like Radha Govinda deities in there, and we go in there, and then we come out, and we're circling around. We're going to go around the back of the temple. We're walking around the back, and my friend is like, he's not even with me. He's like waiting in the tom-tom. He doesn't get into that stuff. So he's just like waiting in the tom-tom. And so we walk around the back of the temple. And before we walk to the back of the temple, when we're coming out, this woman from Nepal, and she looks Indian, but she's from Nepal, and she's all dressed, and she's an older woman. She's probably close to my age, so she's probably like in her late 50s maybe. Anyway, she's an older woman, and she's like a devotee. She's like, she's from Nepal. She's not like a Hare Krishna, but she's like a Hindu. So she like bumps into my girlfriend, and they're like, oh, whatever. And then they like instantly become friends. They're just like, oh, where are you from? I'm from here. I'm from Thailand. I'm from here. And they're like bonding. They're like instantly bonding, like right outside the temple. And I'm kind of standing there going, oh, I'm like the annoyed boyfriend. I'm like, oh God, what's happening? And so the woman is telling her, oh, this is Govardhan and this is this, and she became the tour guide for my girlfriend, because they're like besties now. Like within 5 minutes, they're like best friends. And so now we're walking around the temple, and she's showing her all the things. And we get to the back of the temple, and there's the wall with all the cow poo, and there's like this thing of cow poo there, and like a trough of cow poo. And the lady grabs my girlfriend and goes, come on. And she grabs this cow poo, and it's like still warm. It's like, because my girlfriend told me, it was still warm. It was like fresh, because it's like fresh. You can, it's like clay, I guess, it's fresh. And she puts it in my girlfriend's head. Now, my girlfriend is like a clean freak. She's like a germaphobe kind of person. She's not quite a germaphobe, but she likes to be clean. She likes to be clean. And so now she has this cow poo in her hand, and she's standing there, and she is just like in. You didn't know about this? You didn't know about this, because it is pretty common. I mean, not at the Krishna Balaram temple, but if you go to just like your average, little temple in India, you'll see that it's common. It's not uncommon. Now this was not I've never seen it like this, where it's with a trough of poo, and then it's like, hey, a free for all, and everybody can go. You know, I had never seen that before. So anyway, she grabs my girlfriend's hand, and she puts a big thing of poo right in her hand, and she's like, okay, this is what you do. And she's showing her, right? And she wants to be, you know, she's showing her what you do. She's, you know, no offense or anything, but but my girlfriend, you know, she's like this clean freak, and so I'm standing back, because this is like a woman's thing. This is like things that women do, and so I'm kind of like standing back. You know, I'm back from from where they are, so I can see them. I can see what they're doing. And it's not antiseptic at all. I know it's not antiseptic at all. It's not. It's so funny. And is that, I know it's not. It's not. And they're like, put some cow manure on your cut. Put something on your whatever. And they're like, what? So anyway, so I'm watching them, and my girlfriend, you know, as soon as she puts that poo in her hand and it's warm and she's holding it, she looks up and she's scanning around looking for me. And I'm standing back, and she sees me, and her eyes connect, and I'm like, you got poo in your hand. And she sees me, and she's like, Mike, you know, like, she's like, help me. She literally said, help me. She's like, help me. And I said, no, you're on your own now. I said, you wanted to take the grand tour with your new friend. So now you get to take the grand tour with your new friend. So she actually did it, but she did it with this whole like terrified you know, demeanor. Like, she was just like, oh my God, what am I doing? I should have videotaped the whole thing, but I wasn't thinking, because I was kind of like, I was having fun just watching the whole thing. It was quite interesting. So then when she was done, she comes over to me, and now she's mad. Now she's like, why didn't you? She's like, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come help me? Why didn't you come help me? And I was like, no, I don't want cow poo in my hand. And she's like, no. Why? Now what do I do? And they had like a special place where they go and they wash their hands. It's like a special little hand washing station, right there. And it was the funniest fucking thing. It was the funniest fucking thing, man. Because I'd seen the poo on the wall, but I'd never seen anyone actually doing it. I'd never seen it. And a bunch of people, you know, they weren't the only ones there. There's a bunch of women doing it. It's like, that was what they did. They came out of the temple, and all the women that came out of the temple would go around the back, and they would do that. And yeah, once it dries, it falls off. So Rafael, you know, you've seen it before. It's so common. Usually you just see the big round things on the wall, but when you go to the temple, you actually see the poo in little formations, little swastikas, and they cover the whole wall. Will be covered with it, and sometimes it'll be like other little symbols too. I don't know what the other symbols are. It's very common, very, very common. It's weird. I'm not sure about Africa, but they don't do it the same way they do it in India. Yeah, you guys know. You guys have been to India, are familiar with it. You know, I think they do it the same in Africa. It's probably similar. I mean, it's who knows? But that's what that was my cow poo in Vrindavan story. But yeah, one of the things is that it's not antiseptic. It's not pure. It's not pure anything. It doesn't cure anything. Only thing is it burns. That's about it. You know, I'm sure if you look on YouTube, you'll find the videos where they're doing that. Only seen it on YouTube videos, not in real life. I do recall it was an accepted thing within ISKCON that it's meant to be pure, and that's what they tell you anyway. Yeah, I heard all of that stuff. It's in Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada says all that shit in his books. You know, it's pure, and the cow urine is pure, and the stool is pure, the manure is pure. It's all a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, that's what they say, and that's what we all, and that's what, you know. It's just like the demon head eating, demon head eating the moon. It's the same thing. So, you know, I'm gonna cut loose now. I like this late night time slot. You guys think this late night? For me, it's late night. For me, it's late night. I think I'm going to keep this late night time slot, although it's hard to get through the day and not wanting to go live and talk about shit. I got to wait all day. I gotta wait all day. But I wanted to get this done with this child molestation, with all in one little package here, so I can point to it and say, hey, I got everything right on this one video. I cover everything in this one video right here. And again, I just want to say to everybody, please, it's noon for you. It's noon for you. Yeah, it's midnight. It's 1:30 for me. 1:30 in the morning for me. I really, everybody, I'm afraid something's going to happen to my YouTube channel. I really am. I'm afraid that these people are going to just like pull the plug on me. They're going to like overwhelm YouTube with copyright strikes and whatever. You know, I'm sure they have a plan for this, and that's kind of like, you know, you know, they're a big giant thing, and they got freaks everywhere. So I hope nothing happens. I hope nothing happens. So really, I just really want to encourage everybody to go to my Substack and subscribe to my Substack. It's free. You don't have to pay. It's a free subscription. You can, and we can all hang out over there. No, I'm in Thailand. I'm in Thailand. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, I'm in Thailand. So I don't know if you guys like this time slot. I'm gonna keep it going. It seems like everybody's. It seems like everybody's here. No, I'm not. Not right now. I'm not. I'm from America. My daughter's in America, but I'm not there right now. I'm not there right now. Yeah, the Krishna Mafia. Yeah, they got tentacles everywhere. So don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody where I am. So 10:30 a.m. in LA. Hopefully my daughter will come back. Hey, Gilbert Ramos. I hope my daughter will come back on and join us again. That was a lot of fun. And everybody, I just want to say thanks for making this like the greatest thing. I can't tell you how much fun I have. You know, I get to be on camera. I get to tell my jokes. I get to be funny. I get to be informative a little bit, and I get to hang out with you guys, man. And it's just the greatest thing ever. It is the greatest thing ever. So hey, yeah, I'm going to sleep too. I'm going to sleep too. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Weird Planet and Fake Human, man. I want to say thank you to you with an emoji, but I don't know which one. And everybody, Dagmar and Srimad and 6781 and Rafal, man. I didn't get to enough of your videos. Keep sending them though. I'm going to do a whole Rafal. I'm going to do a Rafal watch party, and we're going to watch every single video that you sent. And then who else? Everybody that's here, man. I want to thank you all. Paz's brother. I want to, and of course, I want to thank this guy for giving us something to talk about, for outing himself as a pedophile and a child marriage advocate. I want to thank him for outing himself on that, and we're going to do this. I hope nothing happens. I hope nothing happens to my YouTube channel. Absolutely, I hope nothing happens. Yeah, and I look forward to getting together. I look forward to getting together very soon. I do, absolutely, man. This is the best thing. It's such great therapy. So, and Weird Planet, thank you all for coming in. I want to say, everybody have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Have some great luck. Please stay out of a cult. And this is one of my favorite parts of the show. This is when I get to show myself when I was once a fucking one of these Krishna pedo freaks. Here we are. Here I am. Thanks.